I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What is good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your main man, the number one chief rock in Knicks universe, Uncle Freezie. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all this morning, man? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? All right. Let me start this joint out by using a let me turn some light on in here. Let me get some light in here. For some reason I look dark. Oh, there we go. There we go. Genesis 1st chapter 3rd verse. Let there be light. All right. There we go. All right. So let me start off the joint with a quote from the great American poet, Prodigy. Prodigy said, "There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook, because ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Bim! Let's go! Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears, bim." All right. Let me do this thing. I did a Blorange Tears newsletter earlier, and so I'm gonna attach that. Let me copy the link. I'm gonna add that to the chat. So there are two articles, one by Neb the Disruptor and one by your main man, the number one chief rocker, Uncle Freezie. Bem. I'm gonna ask also before we get cranked up, ask you guys to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here or you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel. We try to do things daily. This week has been kind of a crazy schedule for a number of reasons I won't necessarily get into. It's just been a weird schedule, right? So let me do this. I'm gonna pin that I'm gonna pin it to the. Where is it? There's the like button. Okay, Uncle Freezie. How about you hit the like button? Uncle Freezie. All right. Substack. Pin the message. Bim. Skip it. Bim. Okay. There we go. All right. Salute to the chat. Danny Landis is in the house. Julian Blum is in the house. Keith Turner is in the house. Coach is in the house. King Poppy is in the house. Wiz is in the house. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the house. Quiet Money is in the house. Sherwin is in the house. And Bully, what? Bully is in the house. Bully ain't hit me up another. It's been like a week. You can tell when people hit the number or something, they don't hit you up or nothing. They just disappear and go count their bread. You know what I'm saying? Bully, I'm still here, bro. I'm still here. So I got a few things I want to get into real quick. I have a topic, but I want to. Yeah, man. I want to touch on a few things in Knicks universe and how I feel like it's going to impact today. So let's start with the Josh Hart opting in thing. Right? So if we just briefly discuss Josh Hart opting in, I cannot say that it was not expected. I expected Josh Hart to opt in. Sherwin says, can we talk about some more realistic moves that the Knicks can make? Yep, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get relax, bro. We're not gonna be here. We're not gonna be here for 3 minutes, bro. We're gonna be here for a while, Sherwin. I got you. So the Josh Hart thing. Josh Hart is a valuable Knick. Josh Hart is a valuable contributor. Josh Hart has a role on this team that is a very much needed role. Right? Very much needed role. Right? Josh Hart is also a team player. Josh Hart is a veteran. Right? Josh Hart is a veteran. And you need quality veterans in your locker room. Josh Hart is an energy guy, is a great rebounder for his position. Right? The Knicks getting Josh Hart at $12.9 million is a plus for the Knicks this season. Now, with that said, we are operating under the assumption that Josh Hart has opted in to this contract with the assumption that he'll be extended before his extension deadline. What I want to say to you guys is Knicks fans is Josh Hart at this number is a steal for the Knicks. And Josh Hart at this number, 12.9, is exactly what the Knicks needed. Right? Exactly what the Knicks needed. And I know you guys are holding your breath like, okay, when is the butt coming? When is the butt coming, Uncle Freezie? We know you don't like Josh Hart. It's like everything. in life with me, right? It's like everything has to be balanced with Josh Hart. My thing with Josh Hart is this. I am not a fan of paying a limited role player the bag. I'm not. Right? Josh Hart is a limited role player that brings a lot of positives, but the negatives are too egregious to ignore. So while Josh Hart is a veteran, a great rebounder, a great team guy, for the most part, he stays healthy, right? A good person on the court, off the court, all those things, right? Josh Hart does have deficiencies on the court as well. For instance, Josh Hart is not a playmaking guard. He's not going to help the point guard that gets trapped. Josh Hart is a ball mover, similar to a stretch four in that respect, where he's not going to create, but if he ever gets his feet set to shoot, he can knock down threes when he gets his feet set. Is he going to create shots? No. Josh Hart is a glue guy, right? And you need glue guys. Every team needs a glue guy. Do the Denver Nuggets win the NBA championship without Bruce Brown? I don't know. I don't know if he does, if they do. Right? What I will say about Josh Hart is I'm glad we have him at this number. Right? I'm glad we have him at this number. And when the Knicks extend him, I'm sure that both sides are going to come to a number that's agreeable on both sides. If not, then we may have to look at other options. You're gonna have to look at other options. I'm glad Josh Hart is here. So any narratives that people are gonna say, people are gonna say Uncle Freezie hates Josh Hart. No, I don't hate Josh Hart. I hate the Josh Hart hype, and I hate the narrative that Josh Hart is gonna get the bag. That's what I hate. Do I hate Josh Hart? No. Do I really hate the Josh Hart narrative that Josh Hart saved the season? Yes, that's stupid. That's stupid. Because Josh Hart didn't come here and save a season. This team always finishes season strong. Now, did he contribute? Yes, he did. Did he show up clutch in moments? Absolutely, he did. Is Josh Hart on that 12.9 number excellent for the Knicks? Absolutely. Is Josh Hart a Knick through and through? Yes. Absolutely. But Josh Hart at 18, 19, Josh Hart at Harrison Barnes money is ridiculous. Josh Hart at 20 mil a year, that's ridiculous. So I'm absolutely glad we have Josh Hart. I'm glad he's here. He's one of the glue guys that we need. Absolutely like having him here. But for the numbers that I've been hearing on the internet about what Josh Hart should be getting, I think that is bananas. I think that's bananas. No, Josh Hart 4 for 84. That's ridiculous. You don't pay a role player starters NBA money. I'm sorry. The whole thing, Josh Hart, 4 for 80, 4 for 84. I mean, I even heard 4 for 76. 4 for 76, 4 for 72 to me is even out of the question. What we should, though, be excited about is the here and now. The here and now with Josh Hart is we have Josh Hart for this 1 year at 12.9, basically 13 mil. We should be, both sides should be excited about that because Josh Hart actually gets to play an entire season to prove his worth to the Knicks. And that's exciting for me. That's exciting to me for us to get an entire season of Josh Hart so that he can rewrite what I'm saying. Like if Josh Hart proves me, like the same thing with Jalen Brunson. When I called Jalen Brunson a Smurf and people were offended, I called Jalen Brunson, and I didn't call him a Smurf because he was a bad player, a bad person. I was like, yo, he just short. Over the course of the season, from about December hit, I knew I could no longer say the Smurf thing about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a stud. Jalen Brunson is a megastar. And I don't care how much people try to deflate that. In my opinion, Jalen Brunson is a megastar. Right? And Josh Hart, given the opportunity to play a full season with the Knicks, we may be able to rewrite some narratives with Josh Hart. And that's okay. Because a thimble full of games, we can't judge who Josh Hart is or will be in a thimble full of games as a Knick. Josh Hart come in and play a full season. And I'm not talking about 82 games. Nowadays, a full season is what? 65 games, 67 games, 70 games. Josh Hart come in and do that. I think we can all agree that Josh Hart deserves some type of extension that's, you know what I'm saying, that he's worthy of getting. My thing, though, about it is twofold. My thing about it is twofold, and I just want to look at Josh Hart's. I want to look at something with Josh Hart just really quick. And trust it's not. This is trust it. This is not the Josh Morning Drive. It's not the Josh Morning Drive. We have some other stuff that I want to talk about, and I'm not diminishing Josh Hart. I just want to look at something really quick. So Josh Hart is 6'5", 215. Okay. All right. And Josh Hart will be 29 in March. Okay. So let me clear up some stuff. I was concerned that we would give a 30-year-old player a 4-year extension, knowing that he just turned 28. I think differently about Josh Hart. Give him the 4 years. Give him the 4 years, man. Give him the 4 years. He deserves it. Playing in New York is not easy, and Josh Hart appears to have what it takes to play in New York City, and not just for New York City, but for the Knicks. What I really wanted to get into, I want to backtrack off Josh Hart some and let everybody know I'm not a Josh Hart hater. I'm glad he's here. I just don't want to pay that man no 21 mil a year, and he's a guard that can't facilitate or create for others or create his own shot, any of that stuff. Here is something though that is disturbing to me, and I need y'all help on it. So if you're listening, smash the like button. Help your mans out with trying to figure this thing out. Why are the Knicks down on Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin? Right? Why do the Knicks feel like they have to include Emmanuel Quickly in trade offers? Why do the Knicks feel like they have to trade Obi? And I know what people are going to say, right? But the Knicks signed Jacob Toppin. Listen, let's be mature. Okay? Let's be mature about things, right? Just because the Knicks signed Jacob Toppin don't mean he's staying. Right? And why can't we just do this? Why can't we just play Julius Randle 32 minutes, give Obi the other 16 minutes at the backup 4, and then let Obi get an additional 2, 3, 4 other minutes at small forward or center or whatever in flexible lineups? Why do we feel like we have to jettison Quickly and Obi? Because the including of Emmanuel Quickly and trade offers to get guys that don't even play his position only opens up other positions of deficit. Right? I'm not for paying Josh Hart the bag, but I am all for giving, like, I think somebody put it, somebody had it here in the chat. Somebody said something about Quickly. Here it is. Andre Walker says, because IQ wants 9 figures, and I'm giving it to him. Yes, I'm giving Emmanuel Quickly 5 years, $100 million. That's $20 million a year. I'm giving it to him. Why not? Why not? As a starter, Emmanuel Quickly averaged 22 points a game on 46% shooting from the floor and 41% from 3. With very good defense. At sometimes during the season, elite defense. And the reason why I'm giving Quickly the bag, and I know for the sake of argument or debate, I might sound petty, but how do you pay RJ Barrett 26.5 and get what RJ's and get RJ's production when Quickly as a starter is better than RJ as a starter? Defensively, from 3, from the floor, almost rebounded. Quickly as a starter is better than RJ as a starter. And I know they don't play the same position, but what I'm talking about is production from each man's position. Hey, y'all, and listen, the starter thing is the starter thing, because RJ's a starter, is a weak argument, man. Because if that was the case, why didn't you give Mitchell Robinson $26.5 million? He's a starter. And don't tell me it's because he plays a different position. Because Quickly plays a different position. Right? Right? The starter thing is a non-starter, pun intended. Right? The thing with Quickly is man, listen, Y'all paid Evan Fournier $19 million, and he didn't play a minute. Right? We paid Evan Fournier 17 mil, 18 mil, 19 mil, and he didn't play a minute. We played Derrick Rose 15 mil, and he didn't play a minute. And we saying that Quickly should make the same money that Derrick Rose made to sit the bench? I'm trying to figure it out. I just want y'all to help me with the Quickly thing. Because the Quickly and Obi thing, I want to extend, listen, and I know it's not popular. And I know I go back and forth on Obi like a cameo. Like during the season, I'm down on Obi because I expect more. During the off season, when we step away, everybody can take a deep breath. I'm high on Obi. And I know that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it does. I'm saying for me, how I deal with Obi and RJ and Quickly is I may be down on them when I'm seeing them live, but then as I step away and understand that these kids are developing during the summertime, I'm like, okay, maybe I was too hard on them, right? Maybe. During the regular season, we're super hard on Randall when games are playing. In the off season, we tend to step back off Randall some and then acknowledge, yeah, he had 2 sprains on the same ankle. We were killing him in the playoffs. But then when we find out he had 2 sprains on the same ankle, it required arthroscopic surgery. We kind of back off a little bit. And so that's how I feel about Obi right now. Man, cut him some slack. Give him a break. The situation is not ideal. My thing with Obi is that at some point we can't continue making these excuses. At some point we can't continue making these excuses, right? Because at some point the chickens have to come home to roost. So we make these excuses for Obi. Hey, man, Obi's playing behind Randall. Obi this, Obi that, Obi this, Obi that. At some point, Obi, listen, man, you got to do something. We call it cramping or getting off the pot. We call it cramping or getting off the pot. If you're not going to do nothing, maybe it's time for you to go another place. So keep saying, Turner, you're not having it. Turner, you're not having it, right? Turner's like Obi wants out, let him go be great someplace else. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this to Keith Turner. Hey man, your team ain't good enough to be trying to turn down talent. Who you think the Knicks are? Yo, you make the playoffs 2 out of 3 seasons and think you made it? The Knicks ain't made it. The Knicks need to be acquiring talent every way they can. The Knicks ain't made it. I be hearing people like, yo, we here. We here? Where is here? Where is here? We can't be out here turning down talent because a dude with talent is not in an ideal situation. We ain't made it nowhere, bro. We ain't made it nowhere. We made the playoffs 2 out of 3 seasons. And now we feel like we somebody? No, man, we ain't nobody still. If we make an NBA Finals, then I'm okay. Evergreen G is in the house. I be seeing Evergreen G on TikTok, man. Evergreen G is serious, boy. Hey, Evergreen, hey, you know I'm in most of your lives on TikTok, right? Salute to Evergreen G. We ain't made, listen, we ain't made, listen, we have not, look, this Knicks team making the playoffs 2 out of 3 seasons, while it's an accomplishment, it's really in the grand scheme of things for a franchise that's 70 years old, that's nothing. Especially when we have a championship drought. I'm not ragging us, by the way. Well, ultimately, what I'm getting at is, we have to keep acquiring talent. We have to keep upgrading talent. We can't just give talent away because talent is upset. We got to make talent play. We got to develop it. We have to make the juice worth the squeeze. We have to do that. Today we are headed down that road of we'll see what this organization is going to do. Because when 6 o'clock get here and the bell ring for everybody to come out of their corner punching and the Knicks not coming out the corner punching, you'll know what direction we're headed in. And to be honest with you, if you're a Knicks fan today, do you know what direction we're headed in? Real King is in the house. Real King with the math. Real King says Leon Rose can't attract free agents. That's why he want to trade for Harden. I'm going to talk about Harden. You know what? Let me transition to Harden. And I know I'm kind of moving a little bit fast, right? Yo, Jay, y'all gotta let me talk, man. Y'all know I be trying to get in this bag and y'all be making me laugh. Jay, yo, please, man, please. Let me get in my bag, bro. I got time for jokes. I need to stay focused, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I promise you, I'm trying to stay focused, man. That's the knock, the 2 knocks on me, right? People say I don't stay focused and I flip-flop on topics. And what I be trying to tell people, the topics thing where people say I flip-flop, I'm like, nah, on the flip-flopper thing, y'all trying to back me in the corner and limit me, right? Like the thing on Grimes. Like I never said I hate Quentin Grimes. I never said that. I always say that I think Quentin Grimes is going to have a Paul George or a Kawhi Leonard type impact on the Knicks if we let him develop. And then cats be like talking to me like, yo, you hate Grimes. Why you hate Grimes? I said Quentin Grimes can have a Paul George or Kawhi Leonard type impact if you let him develop. But people don't want to hear that. They want me to say Grimes is the GOAT. I won't trade Grimes for Donovan Mitchell straight up. That's what they want to. That's what they want to hear me say. And I'm not saying that. I know Grimes ain't ready. And G. Robinson said, hey, yo, this is what I'm talking about right here. But you said ham sandwich. Right. What else did I say? G. Robinson, what else did I say? You remember what led to ham sandwich? This all G. Robinson. I'm gonna leave this thing up here till G. Robinson say the whole thing. G. Robinson in the chat looking at you. What else did I say? The entire chat looking at you, G. Robinson. What else did I say? Oh, G. Robinson, I got quiet. G. Robinson, what else did I say? Come on, man. What else did I say when I said ham sandwich? What else did I say? All right, so what's the name? Keith Turner got your back. Keith Turner says used to kill Grimes. Yep. What else did I say though? I want y'all to what else did I say about Grimes? Why y'all so quiet? Y'all put this, come on, man. Y'all got the chat looking at y'all. What else did I say about Grimes? Come on, man. Y'all got, see. Okay. All right. So now I can't put y'all comments up here no more because y'all said this one thing, y'all didn't. Come on, man. Now I can't acknowledge y'all man, with the thing, man, because y'all. I said Grimes was a ham sandwich because a person on a live stream panel said that Quentin Grimes from day one is Ray Allen with elite defense. Right? What else did I say about Grimes when the ham sandwich thing came up? Because the reason why Grimes was called a ham sandwich is because I was like, oh man, why did the Knicks take another guard like this right here when we needed wing players? Because RJ at the time was playing the 2, I believe. So I was like, yo, why is the Knicks taking a 2 right here if RJ is the 2? Why didn't we take a 3 right here? Why didn't we take Herb Jones? Why didn't we trade up 1 spot for Trey or 2 spots for Trey Murphy III? You got the 19 pick and the 21 pick, and you can't trade up to 17 for Trey Murphy III? This was my thinking back then, right? This was my thinking back then. Like you legit you have 19 and 21. Trey Murphy is still on the board at 17. You can't trade 19 and 21 for Trey Murphy III. And so we get Quentin Grimes, and people are like, this is the chat, and I have it on tape. I have them all archived. People in the live stream were like, yo, we don't need Trey Murphy III. What is he, a power forward? Quentin Grimes on site. They never even seen Quentin Grimes put the jersey on. They were like, Quentin, just because we drafted Grimes, we anointed him the GOAT on site. And that's what we do. That's what we do. Because a dude puts a Knicks jersey on, he's the GOAT. And I'm not bashing Grimes because I'm a realist about Grimes. People on the panel, it was 9 of us. As soon as we drafted Grimes, they said Quentin Grimes is Ray Allen with elite defense. Ron from Still Knicks Fans, who was here with us, called him Klay Thompson on site. And that's what prompted me to say, no, Grimes is a ham sandwich. But we say these things out of context, like I'm just picking on that cat. I ain't got nothing against Grimes. I know what Grimes is. Grimes is a young developmental player that needs time to develop his game. But to call him Klay Thompson on site, are you serious? No, he a ham sandwich. Yeah, we were calling him Ray Allen with Gary Payton defense. Did you see him? Did you see him at Houston? And no, relax. Relax. I know you're excited about a draft pick. But relax. Let Grimes develop. Stop trying to make Grimes something that he's not yet. Let that man grow. And yeah, he had his moments where he looked super soft. Right? Yeah, he had his moments where he looked super soft and all that stuff. I'm still frustrated by that. But Grimes is a young player, man. Relax, bro. Let the dude get better. We out here killing RJ and Grimes and Obi every chance we get, bro. Relax, man. Relax. If our best two players were elite players, we wouldn't even have an issue with these cats. Like, think if we had won a championship 8 years ago, and these guys were coming in, we wouldn't even have an issue with Grimes, Obi, RJ, or Quickly. Right? I think we're letting the baggage of other stuff muddy the waters for where we're looking to go. Man, Grimes is going to be all right. Grimes shot 41% from three from the All-Star break on. That's elite. Grimes' defense is very good. Right? Emmanuel Quickly shot 37% from three. His defense is very, very good. Right? Let's just relax, man. On I know I call Grimes a ham sandwich. I didn't call him a ham sandwich out of the blue. Like I hate people. I don't hate people. I do a show every day. I don't just hate people, man. Like I don't just hate Josh Hart. I hate the Josh Hart narrative that Josh Hart saved the day. If it wasn't for Josh Hart, we wouldn't have made the second round. I think that's ridiculous. Josh Hart came in and contributed to a playoff caliber team. He did that, and he was good at it. And I appreciate that. And do I want him to be here? Yes. But do I want him starting over Grimes? No. Do I want him starting over RJ? Do I want him starting, period? No. Josh Hart is a good role player. And you need that if you want to win championships. You need that. You got to have it. But here's my thing, though. Enough. I don't want to make it seem like I'm going on a tangent about our players, even though I did. I don't want that to be the takeaway, though. What I want the takeaway to be from our discussion is that the Knicks, though we have not arrived in the playoffs, like we did nothing, the Knicks are now in the national conversation with merit. Right? The Knicks are now in the national conversation with merit. Right? Now we're in national conversations and we belong here. Right? Now when big names hit the market, it's realistic to be in the conversation. Right? It's realistic to be in the conversation. And the reason why I bring that up is because I saw on Twitter last night Knicks fans turning up their nose on a James Harden trade. I saw Knicks fans are like, no! We don't want James Harden. And what I'm telling them is you don't want to win. You don't want to win. All I'm going to say, and I'm not throwing away Grimes, right? I'm not throwing away Grimes. I'm just going to say this, though. If the Knicks had James Harden at the 2 against Miami, I think things would be different. I think things would be different. I'm not saying I'm not throwing Grimes away. It's just that James Harden and Grimes play the same position, right? So if James Harden played the 3, I would use RJ's name. If James Harden played the 5, I would have used Mitch's name, right? I feel you. Real King says Harden a winner. LOL. Right, I'm with you. Except James Harden makes the playoffs often. James Harden is a former league MVP. What is your current 2 guard doing? What's your current 2 guard doing? I'm gonna use this next 60 seconds to convince some of my friends, some of y'all that's been rocking with me for a long time. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. It's so what, it don't matter. We still kick it. Right? Billy Go says, so was Westbrook. Right. You missing the point. So was LeBron. How about that? Billy Goat, so was LeBron. Would you turn down LeBron for 1 year? I bet you would. I bet you would turn down LeBron James for 1 year. I bet you would. Right? What I'm saying to y'all is I just want to do a sales pitch just really quick with y'all. What I'm going to say to y'all is this. In order for y'all to go new places, you have to dump old things. In order for us to go to new places, we have to get rid of old habits. And one of our old habits is that the player that we look to get has to be perfect. We need a savior. Right? CWC is in the house. What's good, CWC? In order for us to get to the next level, we got to stop thinking about the previous level. Step your game up. Right? In order for us to be a newer, better version of ourselves, we have to let go of the older, worse version of ourselves. Can we be better as a franchise than we have been the last 10 years, the last 30 years? Can we stop looking for the perfect piece? Can we stop booing guys that are not perfect? What I'm asking you as a Knicks fan is to not change who you are as a Knicks fan. I don't want you be a Knicks fan how you want to be a Knicks fan. What I'm asking you, though, is to consider what the champions are doing. Right? You think the Golden State Warriors are out here talking about what life was like with Rick Barry? No. You think the Milwaukee Bucks are out here thinking what life was like with Lou Alcindor? No. You think the Denver Nuggets are out here thinking about what life was like with Alex English? No. These championship teams are thinking about the future, while Knicks fans are thinking about replicating the 90s Knicks. And I'll remind you of something. The 90s Knicks didn't win a championship. Just a friendly reminder. Yeah. Yo, money is like, yo, it's too early for this, son. Nah, man. No, all I wanted was some time to just think about the future of New York Knicks basketball. Money, think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Are you invested? Are you invested on what the Knicks could be going forward? Or are you invested in replicating what the Knicks used to do back in the day? And I had to wrestle with this. Listen, I do a show every Sunday morning with Anthony D at 11 a.m. called Old School Knicks. I have to wrestle with this. Would y'all be okay with winning a championship differently than what we imagine? Would you be okay? Would you be okay winning a championship in a means that's not traditional? Would Knicks fans be okay with winning a championship in a non-traditional way? Meaning that maybe defense is not, the way to go? Would y'all be okay with chasing a championship in a non-traditional way? And to be honest with you, I would say I am. And so Billy Goat says, who wants to trade our young talent for Hart and LOL? Come on. Wait, what? What? This why YouTube, man, listen, man. This why cats with channels be booting y'all from the chat. Whoever said that? Miss Geraldine is in the house. Miss Geraldine says, say we do get Harden, are we winning a chip next season? To be honest with you, Miss Geraldine, listen. I think the Knicks are closer now in a wide open NBA than they have been in maybe 50 years. And yes, I'm saying the 90s Knicks were not as close as we are right now. And the reason why I say that is because Michael Jordan existed during those times. But right now, there is no Michael Jordan in the league. Right? There is no Michael Jordan in the league. You saw Miami beat a stacked Boston team. What I'm saying right now is James Harden gets us closer than we've been in 50 years. And ultimately, what I'm also saying is, or what I'm asking is, what do we have to lose? Games? We've lost a bunch of those already. Right? What are we afraid of? Are we afraid that if we trade Fournier's contract, if we trade Obi, who you guys are saying trade him anyway, if we trade some first round picks that we don't use in the draft anyway, that they'll go to these other places and become stars when they could have became stars here? No. What I'm saying is if you're talking about moving Evan Fournier, moving Obi, moving draft picks that we not using anyway, then why not chase James Harden for 1 year? And you know what happens after 1 year? If he don't ball out, $37 million come off the books, and now you could chase another free agent. What I'm saying to us as Knicks fans is I think we're dug in, we're entrenched in a certain mindset. And if you want to stay entrenched in that mindset, that's fine. But what I'm saying as a Knicks fan is I want to fly, Robin, fly up to the sky. I don't want this generation of Knicks to repeat the same mistake that previous generations of Knicks made, and the generation before that, and the generation before that. And Ms. Geraldine says he's not a Tibbs type of player. I know. Has Tom Thibodeau ever been the head coach of a championship team? What I'm saying is we have to look differently. Like going forward, I think we have to embrace the future. And yes, embracing the future by looking at James Harden as the present. Yes, I can see that. I can see where some would be like, I don't want to give up Fournier and Obi. I want to keep Evan Fournier and Obi Toppin. I want to keep bench pieces and heavily protected first-round picks over James Harden. What I'm going to say to that is no. What I'm going to say to that is no. No, what I want to do, man, you know we get. You know we super good. We talking about a thing. We're talking about a thing. Respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about a topic, and if we disagree on it, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm not taking no jabs at nobody, right? What I'm saying to everybody though is just because we made it a little ways doesn't mean that we made it. We ain't made it. We ain't made it. Oh, here we go. Hey, Julian Blum, I'm glad you put that up here. Julian Blum says 3 heavy ISO stagnant offensive players that are left-handed. I don't know. Right. I get JB, listen, I got you. But what I want you to think about is this. Don't always think about like the stuff here. You know what you left out of that? That James Harden averages 10 assists a game. James Harden averaged 10 assists a game. James Harden is a three-point shooter. James Harden is a bucket. James Harden is going to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame. Is Obi going to do that? Is Fournier going to do that? No. Listen, man. I think we have to, I think we have to think about the future of NBA basketball and not just think about what happened in the past. Because if we keep dragging baggage, I think it's going to prevent us from the possibilities of the future. And I understand what you mean. Three heavy ISO stagnant left-handed offensive players. Now I get it. Right? What I'm saying to you is, bro, do we have guys that can set up? What does RJ Barrett look like going to the basket? It's a struggle, right? Imagine you put Harden on the floor to get him easy buckets. What will RJ Barrett become if he had a guard that can set him up and create easy looks? What about Mitchell Robinson? The dude that we complain about. You know what? The dude that we complain about all the time, man, we got to stretch the floor. We got to do blah, blah, blah. Do y'all remember James Harden and Clint Capella in Houston? Clint Capella became a top 10 center in the NBA with James Harden. James Harden unlocks Mitch. James Harden is a bucket, right? And I know what people are going to say. The drawback is what happens on defense. Defense is a team thing. Defense is a team thing, y'all. Oh, yeah, David, yeah, you're right. Not three ISO heavy left-handed players, but 4. I forgot about RJ. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, my bad. Good point. Even still, though, can you imagine Jalen Brunson not being double teamed or trapped every night? Can you imagine Randall not being double teamed or trapped every night? We complain that Randall hold the ball too long. That's because nobody's honoring Mitch. RJ is an inconsistent three-point shooter. Sometimes Grimes don't want to shoot. So the double team, the zombie, look, I'm double teaming. And now Randall's like, oh, who do I pass it to? Hard on the floor, none of that. You not doubling Randall with James Harden on the floor. You not getting ready to double Randall with James Harden on the floor. You're not getting ready to double. You can't stop the Brunson burner. What I'm telling you, if Harden comes here, you already know Harden's going to average 30 a game because he's going to want to get the bag because he's motivated. He's going to come in shape, and he's going to ball out to earn his max contract, right? That's good because we're not going to give him a max contract. Remember, we only want James Harden for 1 season. That's all we want Harden for. We don't want Harden at 35, 36, 37. We want a motivated Harden for 1 season. That's all we want is a motivated Harden for 1 season. That's all we want him for. Harden going to come here and average 30 a game. We're going to win about 55 games. Because the team is good right now. The team is good without Harden. This is a 50-win team without James Harden. Harden going to come here. He's going to play in the system. He's going to make the all-star team. He probably going to average 30 and 10. Right? The old Harden is back. Jalen Brunson going to average like 25, 26. Because he ain't trapped in double team no more. Randall's going to average like 19 and 12. RJ's probably going to average like 17, 5 and 5. And we're going to give Boston everything they want for that 1 year. Now, after that, I can't guarantee nothing. Right? After that, I can't guarantee anything. So y'all know I'm required to talk Paul George, right? Because Donovan Mitchell and Paul George are my what do you want to call it? My heartstrings. Right? Hey, man, so Harden couldn't make Brooklyn work because they were poorly coached. Steve Nash was trash. Bro. I don't even want to. So y'all know I'm obligated to talk Paul George, right? So let me throw my little 30 seconds of Paul George in here. And Donovan Mitchell. My dream scenario this offseason is a union of Brunson, Spider, Paul George, Randall, and Mitch as a starting 5. And I know what you're going to say. What about RJ? What about him? maybe we keep him, but he'll come off the bench. He ain't starting. He ain't starting over Spider. He ain't starting over Paul George. Right? No, he ain't starting. He ain't starting over them. What would I do to get Donovan Mitchell and Paul George? What it requires. I've been asked that already. I told like 2 or 3 people on the telephone. They were like, well, what are you trading to get them? Whatever it takes. It's like the Avengers, whatever it takes. And when it says, how you going to get Paul George and Spider? Trey, you got to give up assets, bro. You got 11. I'm sorry, you got, I think now you have like 12 or 11 first round picks in the next 6 years or something crazy like that. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Y'all hate Mitch, right? Hey man, why you hate Mitchell Robinson? Why you hate Mitch, man? I think Donovan Mitchell would turn him. Oh. James Harden is upset with the Sixers. I saw something here. Okay. People just putting fake news out here now. Now they're just putting fake news out here. So let me get into this. Let me get into this. Right? Let me get into this. What if the Knicks don't go after the big fish? Can we find reasonable additions to the roster? Can we shop reasonably? I don't want to shop reasonably, y'all. Right? AJ in the building. I don't want to shop reasonably, right? I don't want to, but am I above the thought of shopping reasonably? No, I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable. Like, just because I have an opinion, if you have one that I feel like is better than mine, I mean, why would I be a dummy and not listen? Like, for instance, if Bronx Mel, who I think is smart, and I don't know why, I don't know Bronx Mel personally, but when I go through and read like some of the interactions in the chat, I feel like Bronx Mel is pretty smart. I don't know Bronx Mel though. Like, I don't talk to Bronx Mel on the phone. We don't interact on social media, any of that stuff. But as I read through some of the stuff, I feel like Bronx Mel is smart, right? Bronx Mel, and this is just a scenario. Bronx Mel comes to me and says, "Hey, Uncle Freezie, listen. Your idea was wrong. This is right. And this is why it's right." I'm going to be like, "Yo, Bronx Mel, what?" He can be like, "No, your idea is wrong. My idea is right. And this is why it's right." And then I'll be like, "Well, explain it to me." And Bronx Mel will explain it in the Bronx Mel type of way. And I don't know Bronx Mel. Listen, I don't know Bronx Mel. We ain't talking on the phone. We don't interact on social media, blah, 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 boom, 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 whatever. But if Bronx Mel comes to me and says, "Hey, man, have you ever thought about doing it this way? And it's better than what I was thinking," I'm like, "You know what, Bronx Mel, I appreciate that. I'll consider it." If it's better, I'll be like, "Yeah, you know what? Okay, I got you. I'm with you." So for that reason, I'm saying I want to go big game hunting. But if the Knicks do not go big game hunting and they merely just bargain shop, I'm okay with it. If the Knicks do make a move like trade for Jalen Suggs, they have a logjam at guard. They have Fultz, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris, Anthony Black, Jet Howard. And they're like, you know what? Leon Rose, give me a first, a protected first and a second round pick for Jalen Suggs. I'm saying do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now, do it good. You know why that is? And even though I like Miles McBride and I like Trevor Keels, I think Jalen Suggs at this moment presents a higher upside potential-wise. Now, the thing about this is this. His asking price may be too steep. He can't shoot. And he's been slow to develop. So why not? Why not take a chance on him? Why not? Because he's got flaws, but there are people on our roster that have bigger flaws than Jalen Suggs. His development has been slow. You don't know the reason why. He can't shoot. And the asking price may be kind of high. But if you get him and force him to work his way up the depth chart, he could turn into something. Sometimes all these young players need is a change of scenery. You know how I know? Because I saw Julius Randle come here and become an all-star. And I saw Jalen Brunson come here and become a megastar. And I have two people on the screen, and I know when y'all see them, y'all thinking, yo, these are just, all this is Frank Ntilikina on the screen. And so what I'm going to say to you guys is, yep, they are the thought of Frank Ntilikina, but not actually Frank Ntilikina. Tom Thibodeau, you like 6'5" defensive wings? Here you go. Matisse Thybulle, Killian Hayes. Both defense just as good as Grimes. One's a combo guard, one's a wing player disguised as a combo guard. You know automatically that Matisse Thybulle is Josh Hart mentality with elite defense. You could go get why go get Dante DiVincenzo to play defense and be a combo guard when you can get Killian Hayes for less money, young guy that's moldable, that you could probably get for Obi. You could probably get him for, I wouldn't trade Evan Fournier for him because Fournier is too valuable. His contract is valuable. What I'm saying to you now is this. Why not take a chance here? Why not take a chance on two elite defenders? Give Tibbs more artillery. There's another player that I want to add to this. I just couldn't find a creative way to add him to the slide. DSJ in the house. DSJ, I'm doing vibes and stuff after this, bro. Hey, DSJ, I'm going to do vibes after this, man. But listen, another player that I wanted to add, and I couldn't find a creative way to add him to this slide, is Javon Carter. Why not? Why not? You can bring both of these guys in for cheap, $6 million, something like that. Why not? If we're just, listen, if we're just bargain bin shopping, why not? Right? Why not bring these guys in, one or both? I would be excited to see Grimes, Hayes, and Thibault on the floor defensively at the same time in defensive situations. What? Killian Hayes, Grimes, and Thibault in defense-only situations. Say a team is going on a 13-0 run. Your offense is sucking anyway. You can put these dudes on the floor and stop the nosebleed. I feel like Bart Scott right now. Bart, how do you feel about the defense? Man, they can't stop a nosebleed. Then it's on to Pittsburgh. Can't wait. Can't wait. Why not give one? Somebody said terrible bench. Cav, what? Yo, what's the bench look like right now? Yo, what's the bench look like right now? I'm just asking. We just bargain bin shopping, bro. It's not. We're not trying to save the world. You know, we're not trying to save the world with it. We just exploring. We just exploring, right? Oh, and here is where the fancies get tickled, right? Right, and this is where the fancies get tickled, right? Would you guys like to have a stretch five that can shoot the three? Anybody in the chat want a stretch five on a roster? Raise your hand. You want a stretch five on a roster? Raise your hand. Me, I'm with it. Bargain bin shopping. Yeah, and hey, Turner, listen, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Listen, but remember when I first started talking about this? When I first started talking about this, I already told you what I want to do. Right? I already told you what I want to do. I want Donovan Mitchell or Paul George, or Donovan Mitchell and Paul George. But if we're merely talking about, yo, them boys is in the building. But if we're merely talking about adding to places that we may be deficient, Q Hicks was good. I see you. David L in the building. Big Herb's in the building. Tom from Huntington is in the building. If we're merely talking about adding talent to places that we are deficient, a stretch five would probably be high on our list. Right. Q Hicks in the building, Pudge in the building. What's happening, y'all? If we're merely talking about upgrading the roster, is a stretch 5 not high on our list? A cheap one? A one from the city? A veteran? A young veteran? Dope Soul Sports Talk is in the building. Hey, Dope Soul Sports Talk and Blorange Tears are doing a super collabo today at about 5:30. We're gonna get together and chop it up. I don't know who's gonna moderate. Queen Bee is a great moderator. I might. By the time we get on, man, I might be 4 Bud Lights, and I don't know. It's Friday, and it'll be 5 o'clock somewhere. So I might be, who knows? Who knows? It might be IKBM Dre moderating. It might be Dope Soul Sports Talk. It may be myself. It may be, I think the Queen Bee is bringing a guest. The Queen Bee is also bringing a guest. So it'll be like a 4-person panel. We'll be locked in, talking that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. So Queen Bee says it'll be Aj. So it'll be Aj, IKBM Dre, the Queen Bee, and myself. And we're going to usher in the new league year. And I'm going to probably usher it in with Bud Light. Or maybe if Miss Mocha has some type of wine left, maybe some dry white wine, like that stuff that the ladies like. So if y'all see me with white wine in my glass, don't laugh. It'll be just all we had left over. And Jay's in the building. What's good, boss? So yeah, so basically what I'm getting at ultimately is this. The Knicks can take one of 2 routes, right? I don't think you guys will stand for the middle route. I just don't. That's why I don't talk to the middle route. I think the Knicks are going to either bargain shop or go big game hunting. But there's no middle ground. I don't think you guys can stand for that no more. I think you guys either want to save your ammo or damn the torpedoes. But I don't think that we'll be in a space where we could stand for the Knicks tippy-toeing through this. Right? After a draft where the Knicks didn't do anything, and after an offseason of been kind of quiet, I don't know if yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I just keep checking my phone. I'm like, y'all, I'm checking alerts all the time. I don't want to miss out on anything. I attached the Substack article. The name of the Substack article is Know When to Hold Them, Know When to Fold Them. Right? I attached it to, or I pinned it up here so that you guys can check it out. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to get some stuff done since we have an early show. Thank y'all for coming and rocking with me. I appreciate all of y'all. Man, make sure you leave a thumbs up and a comment. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to holler at y'all.